Yes, welcome to my loyal viewers and subscriber to the Jamaica Young Police channel. You know, as I've stated and I'll repeat again. Yes, the Jamaican Young Police channel. I was a young police officer back in Jamaica, so I'm a young. That's why the channel is named Jamaica Young Police Channel. And most of my friends is all young police officers. So we're gonna touch on something that is totally different. It has nothing to do with crime, but it has to do with adolescent children, growing up and during the pandemic, educational stuff and how it affected them in Jamaica. So, I'm going to need to listen to, snips, listen to a video of, a Rastaman, Irish and Trin in New York. I'll post the link for the website, for you to listen to some of the things that's happened with our children back in Jamaica. Because most people think that, they have this common misconception is that kids aren't affected much by COVID-19. We as a people around the world, we might done with COVID-19, but COVID-19 is not done with us, because it is still spreading. It's just that the media is not showing it that much. You have to really, especially with cable, for you to see what's going on, because this thing is getting, it's kind of, it's not, the pandemic, it hasn't ended, because there's still various strain of this virus that's still going around, and people are still dying from it. But it's just that you have to really go to the CDC website. You understand that the Center of Disease Control, that's are the World Health Organization, in which most people do not trust, those organizations, because they say that they are corrupt. So with the pandemic and its the effect on children, you know, some children during the pandemic, some of them get sick, some of them die, and their symptoms, some of them would have mild symptoms. However, the pandemic is affecting children in many ways, physically and mentally. And you have to understand that this pandemic, it's not over, but they would want to portray that it's over. One of the most common question asked, whether children really need to get vaccinated for COVID-19. But the people, the scientists, they said that yes, um, they have stressed to them that we have actually got a lot of good information over the past couple of years about COVID-19 effects on children, especially the last year, that the vaccine are incredibly effective preventing various side effects, says Dr. Amin Doden. One particular rare and serious side effect of COVID-19 is multi-system inflammatory syndrome in children, or MISC-C. Among those who have gotten multi-symptom inflammatory syndrome in children, almost all were on vaccination. So they're saying vaccination, even if a child still gets sick, make them much less likely to be sick enough to be hospitalized or die, which unfortunately has been happening. Even before the pandemic, mental health challenges faces kids were a big concern, Shearer says. COVID-19 has only exacerbated the situation. We have seen an increase in depression and anxiety, and eating disorder having increased like nothing the so-called scholars have seen. But look, I don't know, but it seems like this generation of children, I would say, like, for the past, kids 25 and younger, most of them are like jello, the least little thing they just break like eggs. They are not wired tough like people like us, like me, how to survive and thing. Everything is just given to them on a platter. When they're wrong, they're right, and when they're right, they're double right. So I wanted to listen to these Jamaican kids, that this was during the pandemic and how they behaving and reacted with their teachers. And I want to tell you what is surprising. I wanted to listen to the parents too. You listen, you watch, you listen, you decide.
This would give you an understanding of, the climate centered around online schooling in Jamaica. Take a listen.
Good morning, miss. I'm born at yard. Me no feel to do work because when I do work at yard, we can't all hear what I say. And if you come up with a little fight.
Did you understand what that child was saying? He says, "Good morning, miss," right? He's bored. School is boring from him yard, right? And him can hardly understand what the teacher is saying. And the teacher need to turn up our look of voice some more. Now he's being coached by an adult because you can hear the adult in the background.
Well, at least he started out polite.
Polite. Well, they usually
He
are
said
polite.
good morning. Okay, this is another voice note where a young boy known as Sheldon is clearly fed up just 4 days into online schooling.
Miss, I am taking a break right now.
Sheldon, we have a set time for break and a set time for lunch. You don't decide when you take a break, all right? Just sit and wait until we say it's break time.
Me not chat back. Me not give a voice note your back. Me put the phone on charge and me go watch back the show. Cause for long be there, so but me write off things and then when they done you go chat about teacher not take it but still write it. Me not write nothing. You so much me there on it, me not write nothing. You read Zenton back way, me not write. If you wear Zenton upside down or back way, anywhere they not turn. Me not write nothing. And daddy not there.
So Sheldon is basically telling his teacher, for those of you who might not understand the audio, right? He might take a break for go watch a show.
Yeah.
I'm bored.
Yeah.
Right? The teacher's now saying, "Sheldon, listen, you are not allowed to tell us when it's break time. We tell you when it's break time." Sheldon is a sign worker. Sheldon has said, "Oh, me now do none of that work there. Matter of fact, daddy not there home, so you can't tell nobody."
Simple.
But listen, why it sound like he is complaining about some bills he has to pay?
Yeah.
Like, that's just, a child should know his or her place. Crazy.
718-554-8598. So this is what's happening. This is some of the feedback based on online schooling, right? We tend to say that the adults are unruly, but the children can also be unruly as well. The teacher them have them hands full. I just want to say that.
Well, the kids have to learn it from somewhere. And in this audio clip, a man messaged an entire class to say he would like his number removed so he no longer gets WhatsApp messages from the school. But take a listen as to why he is demanding to be removed.
You can delete this number 356-81607. After this, I am no longer the parent of that child. That child is not mine, and I need that my name or number on that file to delete and off the group. I did tell the last teacher last year about it, and I don't know why she didn't get rid of my number, so let's get rid of that number, please, and thanks.
So in this situation, I can interpret that this man pretty much thought that the child was his child. He then found out that it wasn't his child, so he took away himself, and the school still has his contact, so they're still contacting him about a child that he claims does not belong to him. Call your line.
You know, what's really going on home in Jamaica with these children? Seriously. When we were growing up, could we talk to our parents like that? Our teachers?
Absolutely not.
These are disrespectful. That's the way they talk. That's the way, when you hear they do these things at school, that's the way they talk to their parents home. So they come to school, they say, that is just rude and disrespectful. Very disrespectful. I am so disgusted. And so feel so bad, my country. And these kids can't even wipe their face good. Can't even bathe. Can't blow their nose. And that's the way you speak to your teacher, a grown person that gives you education? God help them.
It's a problem. Shouts to Junior P, who just hit me up and said, why Sheldon couldn't be my pitney? Why Sheldon couldn't be my pitney? Because I know some of us is like, whoa.
Yeah, man.
But you can't blame it solely on the kids alone. This next clip that I'm about to play for you kind of gives you an understanding of the situations that the society on a whole has to face in Jamaica. Take a listen to this one.
Me not have no phone, you know, miss. Me not give pitney no my phone. Me not leaving my phone with no pitney for me. No when me win a lot of them a call me and can't get me a picking them again. Kids school in your yard, me will pay for it. Or me get one phone, me will make you know. Me not let me phone give no pitney for me. I buy a lot of hard for.
So the lady says she's not leaving her phone for her child to get any education simply because she's playing a lot of hard from what they are, and she don't want a lot of people them call her and tell her that she's winning, she won, and is our Pitney answer the phone?
Yeah.
718-554-8598 is that number in studio. Call your live.
Chin, what kind of parents is that? Seriously, she's not leaving her phone to give her kid for him to get education. Because when she win the lottery, she wants to be there. I hope she never wins ZELLE. That's why these kids are the way they are.
Call your live.
Respect to you and the panel, brethren.
Give thanks, my brother.
I think one of the things we have to realize is a new platform to do these students in Jamaica, especially the ones them who don't used to doing online learning. It's going to be difficult and very challenging to them. So we have to give and take. Yes, they can be very disrespectful, but at the same time, we got to look behind that and say, what's the problem?
Thank you, sir. There are other issues that surround this whole.
Yeah, so listening to the what was happening during the pandemic in Jamaica with these parents and students, it's very, very heartbreaking for that man. The one that found out during the pandemic that the son that he thought that he had wasn't his son if it wasn't for DNA. But you have to understand, in Jamaica, most men, even the children that they raise as theirs, if they do DNA, it's not theirs because the women in Jamaica, they are just as dishonest as the men. That's how it is there. It's a society like that. But the last caller is the one that really, really, really show the real Jamaican in him, making excuse of the children misbehaving and stuff like that. You don't do that. Children must be respectful to their elders, especially teachers. Because the teachers spend more time with the children in Jamaica than the parents. Because most of the time the children are at school. So if Monday to Friday, they spend more time with the teachers than their parents. So the teachers are the one who have to instill discipline, values, ethics, honesty, truthfulness, and all those things in these children. But if you have a society that's it's culturized for people to be dishonest, you desensitized and questionable behavior, and been taught to do everything that is antithetical to decency. This is a society you're going to get. So I don't know. It's going to take a generation to fix and repair the damage that has been done to the Jamaican people. It has, for the past 50 years, and we don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. But we're still not giving up. We're still trying because we are from Jamaica, and we would like, other people's life to be much better. But it has to, discipline have to be instilled in the children. But the parents don't have any discipline, so you expect the children is going to have discipline because the parents, wrong is right and right is double right to them. So they don't know the difference between wrong and right because even when they are wrong, they are right. If you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, this is the time to subscribe. Most of all, like the video. Click on the bell so that whenever, and select all, so that whenever we at the Jamaica Young Police channel post a video, you'll be able to see it. So we are showing you why we are at this juncture in Jamaica when it comes on to criminality. Just listen to the kids and the parents. You understand? So you have yourself a beautiful day. One love.